Hello, welcome back to Podium Pop. My name is Gracie. I'm here with my co-host Celine. We are a motorsport podcast, and one of the biggest motorsport weekends is coming up this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We have the Indy 500, and now we will be at the Indy 500, and we will be covering the Indy 500. So first of all, make sure you're following us on our socials. That's where most of our content's heading up first, TikTok and Instagram. But we will also be having a recap. And since we will be at the 500, this episode is going to be focused on Indy 500 qualifying and all that jazz and kind of a pre-race debrief before the 500 happens. Oh my gosh, I almost said Monaco. It's not Monaco anymore. The Canadian Grand Prix and the Coca-Cola 600 is also this weekend, but most of our focus will be on the 500 the next 2-ish weeks. We'll talk about them, of course, but that's just where we're at right now. Should we get started?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's pop the bottle and get into today's episode. Oh, nice.
Thanks.
Okay, today we are recording Wednesday before the Indianapolis 500, and we're going to talk about all about qualifying and pre-race. Let's talk about qualifying.
Okay.
What were some of your biggest shocks personally?
Well, okay, so with qualifying, we went in person, but we only went one day.
Yeah.
We were going on Sunday. And if you all listened to last week's episode, you will know that we also were in town for the Indy GP.
Yeah.
We were only in for Saturday. We were only going to be able to watch the race, the warm-up in the race. But because Friday, when qualifying was supposed to happen, it got rained out, we got to watch qualifying and the race.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing happened this past weekend as well. So we were only going to be there Sunday.
Yep.
Saturday was Gracie's birthday, so I hope you told her happy birthday. And we're like, okay, we won't see part one of qualifying, but we'll at least see, day two.
Yeah, for sure.
Part one, day one, completely rained out.
Mm-hmm.
So we got really lucky, and we got to see all of qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see everybody put in some qualifying laps. We got to see the top 12, the top 6. They did get rid of the weird 15 to 30 bump or something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was just really lucky for us.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for whoever did go to the track and get rained out and had to leave. But
yeah,
lucky for us. Great for us.
Yeah, honestly.
What was the question? Any shocks?
Oh, yeah. Did you have any shocks? We'll go into all of it, but...
Yeah, I definitely had some shocks. I was shocked by how well a couple people did, specifically Kyle Collette.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think the Meyer-Shank were doing well, specifically Felix. Felix was doing fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing really good for Indy GP as well, in qualifying. Up until his unfortunate issues during the race. But so it's not shocking, but it's still I guess out of the norm in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What about you?
I feel like you did some positive shocks. I'm gonna do some negative shocks.
Okay.
I feel like both Air McLarens and Andretti's, both teams were pretty slow. I mean, Pato did make it into the top Fast Six. So, but other than that, both teams were pretty slow.
Yeah, no, the McLarens were. I mean, Andretti came into the weekend knowing, and I think McLaren knew as well. They both came in and they're not going to be super quick during qualifying. Mm-hmm. It's so interesting because qualifying and getting pole for the Indy 500 is such a huge deal, but it also so much crap happens during the race.
Oh my gosh!
That I'm what does it really even matter? Mm-hmm. I mean, it matters, but what does it really even matter? And it's going to be a rainy race too, so
actually the rain might be moving out before.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I can't do another. I mean, I truly think that we would maybe be cursing IMS.
Do you want me to give you a quick weather report?
Yeah.
Okay. As of right now, Wednesday, once again, these are from also the Indianapolis weather people, IndyCar weatherman. Thank you. The rain is still happening on Friday, but it looks like it's going to hold off till the afternoon.
Okay.
Potentially could hold off until 3.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So that could be nice.
Yeah.
Also,
I want to have the Weenie 500.
Don't worry, because I was stressed about it. The Weenie mobiles, they have wet tires.
Oh,
and rain tires.
My gosh.
So I think the Weenies are prepared to race no matter what.
I need the Weenie 500 in the rain.
Yeah. Bob Pockross told me that, so
Thanks, Bob.
yeah, thank you so much.
Wait, that's so funny, actually.
And I think Saturday honestly is like looking more dry, people are saying, than we thought. I don't know much about Sunday, race day. I don't know much about Saturday.
Okay.
So I feel like if the weather's not too bad, we'll probably go to the parade maybe.
So yeah. But a lot of like people that typically do really well, the Indy 500 did not qualify well. Like Joseph Newgarden is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Scotty Mack didn't qualify very well. In fact, the fact that David Malukas was the lead Penske during qualifying in really pretty much the month of May so far.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think is interesting, you know?
Very interesting. Should we read off our Fast 12 and Fast 6?
Yeah.
And poll. There are too many names. I cannot name you all 33. If you would like to look it up, you may.
Yeah.
But
do some work yourself, too.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys the top 12. So starting from 12 on up was Takuma Sato, Rinus VeeKay, Scott Dixon. That's row 4. Then Scotty Mack, Connor Daly, Kiffin Simpson, row 3.
Kiffin was doing pretty good.
Kiffin was doing. I was very impressed. Paddle Award, Santino Ferrucci and Felix Rosenquist, row 2. David Malukas, Alexander Rossi, and Alex Palou is row 1.
Yep.
I was shocked by Rinus VeeKay. Now, not shocked. Because I know Rinus VeeKay has that in him.
He's got that dog in him.
He's got that dog in him. Pleasantly surprised, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Like, I knew he could do it. I was happy. Very happy.
Yeah, very happy. Another positive shock, Alexander Rossi.
Yes.
Which we'll talk a little bit about his unfortunate downfall on Monday later in the episode. But his qualifying, he, once again, like, I feel like where we were 2 years ago, if you would have told Ed Carpenter Racing one of your cars is going to be on the front row close to getting pole for the Indy 500 and it not be like, it's like shocking but not like, oh my gosh, this is crazy situation, you know? It's just crazy how far ECR has come. And I think that right now, like, Alex Rossi and Christian Rasmussen are the two drivers that ECR need to stick with.
Oh, absolutely.
They are, I think they are in the right spot. They're on their way to becoming like one of the top teams. They're outperforming some of the top teams on many weekends.
No, absolutely.
So I am really excited for ECR and the fact that Alexander Rossi was super competitive during qualifying week, and it means that they got the right car in place and the right drivers.
I was just reminded of when Christian won last year and Alex running to go give him a hug. That was cute.
Well, did you see when Alex got out of the car after the Fast 6?
Oh, no.
Christian went up and talked to him and was like, they were just like talking one-on-one, and I was like zooming in on him with my extreme zoom on my iPhone, and I was like, I need to go look at that. I was filming it, and then I was like, oh, I gotta look back at this later, and I actually forgot to look back at it until this very moment. I just remembered I took a video of them.
You're welcome.
Thanks. But talking more about Alexander Rossi afterwards in the press conference, like, it was actually like so sweet whenever he was talking and someone brought up and was like, you know, like, you won the Indy 500 at this point 10 years ago, which is crazy.
No, insane.
How does it feel to be on the front row again and so close to potentially winning the Indy 500 again? And it was like, I just think some like drivers just like fully like get the respect, and if the driver, and some drivers just don't yet, but they will, especially like the newbies. But like Alex, he's been in the game long enough where he was like talking, he was like, you know, I was so grateful that I was able to win once, and if he kept saying she, like as in IMS, he was like, if she picks me to win again,
he said it would be magical if it chose me again.
Yeah,
like so cute. I wrote down some notes while we were there.
It was like so like, that's cute.
Yeah,
that's really cute. And skipping forward ahead, I guess we'll talk about it. Unfortunately, he had a really nasty crash on Monday's practice session, and definitely one of the worst crashes that I've seen since watching IndyCar. Because really we haven't, thankfully, knock on wood, we haven't seen too many horrible like crashes that have caused any major injuries. Since we've been watching IndyCar, like nothing
I think
too
like
bad.
I feel like from what I can remember, like I guess scariest was when Nashville last year. I think it wasn't he was fine, but David had to get like life flighted out of there because it was just the quickest. I think it was like the quickest way to get out, and also like I don't know, precautionary.
Yeah, and then there was also a scary crash in 2024 that we were watching on TV. I don't remember which race it was.
Oh my
it was
gosh,
an
Stingray
oval.
Rob.
And yeah, like Kyle had a car on top of him, and Stingray Rob was
Was it Milwaukee?
Maybe it may have been,
Yeah.
but even despite all of that, like none of those crashes led to any long-term injuries.
Just once again, like thankful for the safety measures implemented in these cars and the aero screen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Nolan Siegel had a crash where he was.
Oh yeah, he did.
He was like questionable, like health wise.
Did he get life flighted too?
Next race, maybe. But this one, like Alex, like ended up having like severe concussion protocol, and did he break his foot?
He underwent surgery on his wrist and his foot. His foot is he did a recording at Cracker Barrel for the Off Track, On Track. Oh gosh, what's their podcast name? I'm sorry.
Off Track.
And it's wrapped up, and then he today had it in like one of those air boots or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think he said it's just for swelling.
Is it his left or his right?
I don't know.
That's just crazy to me that they still like and to be clear, like he's gonna be back in the car.
Yeah, he said
2 days.
He fully anticipates doing the 500 and doing the practice on Friday at Carb Day.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's very crazy to me. But I mean, obviously, I'm glad that he's okay. But I do always get nervous, you know, like pushing yourself. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like he did the Indy 500 weekend and then for some reason like sat on Detroit just to like give himself some more time, because right after the Indy 500 is immediately Detroit and then immediately Gateway.
Yeah,
they don't have a break.
No, they don't.
So like I wouldn't be surprised if like he's like sucking it up for the Indy 500.
No, yeah.
Then he's like, all right, actually it does hurt a little bit, I'm gonna take a break.
It's like also like when athletes come back from like the Olympics and like I'm actually gonna sit out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah like I lied, I actually am hurting quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
That hurt really bad. Owie. So but it could have been so much worse, and luckily both Pato and Romain Grosjean were okay as well. At one point during your crash too, like Romain Grosjean's back of the car had like a tiny little like brake fire.
Yeah,
tiny, minuscule, and it went out right away. But I was like, no, not Romain.
I was like, God, please no.
No, he's suffered enough with his fire. Please don't. And like again, it was so minor, but I was like, gosh, like this is not, this guy can't catch a break
for sure. There's also like a minute where we didn't, obviously, because he was figuring out where we didn't know what was going on with Rossi. We obviously got the updates from like ECR and IndyCar that he had been seen and he's like conscious and, you know, talking, whatever. And then we got the notification that he was being taken to the hospital. And then at that point, a lot of the times with stuff like this, there's like, oh, you're playing a waiting game.
Yeah.
To see.
Yeah. And also too, like we got like interviews from Romain and Pato who were cleared pretty quickly, and they were able, like they were talking and they're like, we can only say like from our experience, but he was like talking, he was in good spirits, like we were joking around in there, which like definitely I think made fans feel better, because like if Pato and Romain were in there with him, sorry, we wouldn't have gotten like any like hints of he's good, and I think I would have been a little bit more stressed, but the fact that he was like awake and talking and joking made me feel like, okay, it's fine, it's fine.
For sure. Which I guess goes to kind of circle back, we talked about superstitions a few weeks ago in the Speedway. Before Alex Palou came in, Rossi and David Malukas were talking about, somebody asked them about, you know, how qualifying has been and how really there were no crashes during qualifying, and you know, everybody's
which like really, it's not even like they brought it up, the reporter did. So whoever asked that question, I'm not saying it's your fault, but like I would have trouble sleeping at night.
I don't remember. I think I remember who it was, but I'm not gonna say because I don't know if I'm for sure. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be like, it was this person.
It was this person.
It was a man. That's all I remember.
Typical.
And I get like, you could tell they really didn't want to say much, but like Rossi was just like,
I know, he was like in his head. He was like,
but he did go. He literally said, "It's because we're the best." Like I wrote it down.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, "Okay,
okay,
yeah,
yeah."
It was very impressive though that qualifying ran as smoothly as it did.
Especially with it being so like, I think almost like even more crucial not to crash during qualifying for two reasons. One, because it was one shot. Like they didn't have the ability to go back and try again like they would on a normal Indy 500 qualifying day one. Two, if they did crash the car, but somehow was still able to make it into the top 12 or move on or whatever the case may be, or even just practice the next day, it's going to be so much harder to rebuild the car quick enough, you know? And they would have missed out on a whole practice day. So I think the pressure was on, and maybe it made them more careful.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just made them more like aware of like, I cannot crash the car.
Maybe the Speedway helped them too.
The Speedway was like, sorry guys about the rain. Let me just make this nice and safe. Yeah. And then it was like, psych! You thought you were safe, Alexander Rossi? I heard you in the press conference. I heard what you said. And that's what happened.
Unfortunately, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
So, I'll be interested to see how he does in practice on Friday and if everything runs smoothly. And obviously, like, the car was pretty beat up. And, luckily, they have, had literally, 3 full days, 3.5 full days to rebuild the car.
It's going to be a bummer that it's not the same one, though. But once again, it's a long race.
Yeah. It's a long race. And they're going to have to rebuild Pato's car as well, because his was destroyed quite a bit. I don't think Roman's had too much damage. And then Connor Daly's car had a bit of damage as well on his front wing. But for the most part, it's really Rossi's car and Pato's car that were definitely the most beat up.
Yeah, for sure. Glad everyone's okay.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm excited to see how practice goes on Friday.
Me too. But back to qualifying. Top 6, Alex Palou got pole.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, he did?
I know.
Wow.
It's shocking.
That guy's impressive.
It was really looking like Felix was doing so strong in the Fast 12, such quick laps out, that I was like, and he was going last. And I was like, maybe Felix might have a chance.
I did think that too.
And then something happened. It just fell off way too quickly. I don't know if he just used up his tires too much or what the case may be, but he was just not able to put together this. If he would have put the 4 laps that he did in the top 12 together, and did it in the top 6 as well, I think he could have been much more competitive, but he just, it fell off. So it was, Alex Palou.
David looked really close though.
David was looking really good.
When his first lap time came around, it was like, okay, it's not matching Alex's speed. He wasn't that far off, but then it was like, if he could find some speed somewhere, he could be on pole.
Yeah.
But he didn't. It was still very, very, very impressive. It was also so cute to watch everybody reacting. Obviously, Alexander Rossi did look a little sad.
He looked a little sad.
Alex went first, and he held the position until Palou went. And no, it was. I mean, David was cute when he was reacting to the front route. It was, loved it.
Yeah,
it's just so. I can already tell you now. I'm gonna shed some tears at the 500.
It is extremely emotional.
So emotional.
And I think we were talking about this. I don't remember if it was on the podcast or off the podcast, but we were just talking about I feel like sports in general is like this, but motorsport specifically feels so metaphorically poetic.
Oh, so poetic.
It feels like motorsport is sometimes a book written, the way that history happens and the parallels and so many different examples of it, whether it be IndyCar or IMSA or F1 or NASCAR. Like it just feels like they're always like storybooks
For sure.
written to where like just when someone needed to win the most it came, or just when someone was like worried about living up to their legacy because their dad was in it or whatever the case may be. And the Indy 500 is always like that. It feels like there's always like this storyline, like you could write like a whole movie surrounding this one race.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And I'd watch it. And it's always a different reason. Like, I mean, the last couple of years, I mean, when we were there in 2024, like the final lap where like Alex passes Pato and Pato
Joseph passes Pato.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just so used to Alex flow. Joseph passes Pato and like Pato's crying and it was like so close and it happened again. It was like, I don't know. It's just like Indy 500, IMS, something is in the air and something is in the universe, and I'm not going to question it.
By the way, you said a movie. There is, in fact, a movie, DreamWorks Turbo.
Okay. Yeah. Great movie. We should watch that.
Wait, we should.
We should watch it maybe on Friday night.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Turbo.
Do we have anything more about qualifying?
I don't think so.
It was just so like clean.
Yeah. It was honestly pretty straightforward.
No, very straightforward. Celine's cat nudged the camera.
Sorry. Should we have some talk about some predictions for the Indy 500?
Yeah, I've gotten scared about predicting things though.
Well,
fine, I'll talk about predictions.
That's what you got to do. It's part of our job.
Okay.
That's why they pay us the big bucks. Wait, you're getting paid?
Woo!
Okay. Who do you think is going to be top 3?
No, I can't do that. I don't think I can.
You have to.
I'll tell you winner.
Okay, tell me winner.
I think Alex Bow's going to two-peat. I've been saying that since...
Okay, now tell me second.
No. I've been saying that since, like, that's what I predicted at the beginning of the year.
Okay. Yeah. I predicted Christian Rasmussen to win, but I don't think at this point he's going to win. I think Felix. You know what's funny is I'm almost positive that before the race happened last year, I predicted Felix to win the Indy 500 for 2025. Like when we were doing our little TikTok video. I think Felix is going to win this year.
That'd be really cool.
Or, you know who I would really love to win though?
Joseph Newgarden.
Well, sure, but
okay.
David Malukas.
Yeah.
I think how iconic would it be? Because David hasn't won before, right? How iconic would it be for David to get his first win as the Indy 500?
That'd be crazy.
And for it to be his first year with Penske, and for there to be so much like again. Sorry. It's just like once again, there's so much pressure on him to do good this year, which he is.
He's doing great.
The pressure, I think, is now off because he's been doing so good since the beginning of the year. But leading into the year, there was so much pressure for him to do good. He's replacing Will Power, this huge, like super successful Penske driver, and a lot of people were like, "Why did they take away Will Power when he was the best Penske driver last year?" Like, there's a lot of pressure, and obviously, like, it's getting to the point where like David, and I don't think it's because. I don't think it should be this way because I think David's still really early in his career, and I don't think that it's David doing this. I think it's just like more so like media and people online, but it's definitely giving like Lando Norris like when is he getting his first win? Like everyone, and I think it's because David is so good that people are like, okay, at this point he should have his first win now, and they're talking about it more, and that just adds on more pressure. And all of this buildup, and he gets so close so many times, and things just unfortunately never work out. And so I'm like, how beautiful would it be for David Malukas to win the Indy 500?
It would be beautiful.
So that's who I hope wins. I think Felix will win. I'd be happy if David won. Yeah. Do you anticipate anybody to flop? Maybe we don't say it.
Yeah,
That's mean.
I feel like that's mean.
We'll talk about it after.
We'll talk about it offline.
Yeah. You know who I hope has better luck?
Who?
Scotty Mac.
Oh, please. Somebody's gotta give.
Yeah, I think and his luck in the Indy 500 last year, but also just his luck in general the last like year and a half of
Yeah.
IndyCar. He needs some positivity, I
He
think.
needs some milk.
Wait, that's literally perfect. He
No, it
does.
is perfect.
He needs some milk.
We need some milk.
But not as much as David Malukas.
Can we talk about all the Air McLaren drivers picking 2%?
Yeah, do you think they like talked about it beforehand?
They had to have.
And they're like, who's gonna pick whole milk?
And then
Everybody except
then,
for them.
Who what did Roman pick? Oh, Skim. And you know what?
Roman is so European. He's like, I'm not drinking whole milk.
Can I be honest with you? I grew up with skim milk.
And that's not surprising at all. That you could have told me, like, yeah, that's not shocking. It's not a bad thing.
No, I didn't pick it. I just like didn't know there was like a difference. And I remember the first time I had whole milk, like, okay, I didn't really drink milk that often. I had
Neither
my
did
cereal growing up.
Yeah.
Then I remember like when I got older, I had like whole milk in my coffee, and I was like, whoa,
You're
why
like,
is this so creamy?
It's so creamy. What the heck?
Yeah.
Why is it so milky? Why is this milk so milky?
It's like, is this what milk tastes like?
Yeah, no, honestly. Yeah, but I do. Yeah, I hope that Scotty Mac has some better luck.
Yeah.
We'll see though. Anything can happen. Who are you predicting for the Weenie 500? I need to look up the names of them again.
I think I can name all the weenie mobiles.
Okay.
We got the New York dog.
New York.
We got the slaw dog. I'm calling them cheaters for last year.
Cheaters.
We got the chai dog. Right?
Okay.
It's just like try like Chicago.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There's a corn dog this year.
What?
Isn't there? Was that fake?
There's the chili dog.
Like, but not from Cincinnati.
Whatever. I'll root for it anyway. No, there's two more I'm forgetting.
I think I saw that there's gonna be a corn dog in it.
Did you see? I saw this girl's TikTok while you look that up. She was getting gas. I don't know where. And she pulled into the gas station, and on either side of her were two of the Wienermobiles. And she posted like literally yesterday, and she was like, "What's going on right now?" And then everybody was like, "The Weenie 500."
I'm trying to find a Weenie 500 spotter guide.
Yeah, we do need one of those.
Maybe we should make one.
We will be coming at you on social media with a very, very, very detailed and professional recap of the Weenie 500. So we'll be doing that, and then we will also be giving you an official Indianapolis Motor Speedway hot dog review.
Corn dog.
So
there's the chai dog, which is Midwest.
Okay.
New York dog, which is East.
Mm-hmm.
Chili dog is from the South. Again, I'm claiming it. I'm rooting for the chili dog because I love a chili dog.
Yeah.
Not Cincinnati. Seattle dog. Reigning champion / cheaters slaw dog. And then the corn dog. And everyone, it was like a whole like graphic, and it's like the stick out the back. Like,
wait, is it gonna actually have a stick?
I think, yeah, it's literally like, I think I saw that. Like, there's gonna be
Isn't that like
stick.
a driving hazard? Isn't it like?
I think it's part of their strategy.
Wow.
Who's the cheaters now?
Wait a minute. Do they qualify?
No, I think they just actually. How does that work? Because that doesn't seem very fair to me.
They got wet tires, but they don't qualify.
They should have a qualifying.
No, that'd be funny. Do you think maybe they draw out of a hat to qualify for the Weenie 500?
I hope it's something fair.
Okay.
And I hope the slaw dog.
No, just because the slaw dog won last year does not mean they get to start on pole. I'm sorry.
No, I hope the slaw dog actually has to start from the back because they got a penalty.
Yep. Bring out the blowtorch.
Bring it out.
No.
Bring out the hot dog skewers. Because I'm gonna roast those suckers. Sorry.
I really wasn't expecting
Maybe I
that.
took it too far.
No, I don't think you took it too far. I think you took it just far enough.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I can't wait for the Weenie 500.
Me too.
My first one in person.
Yeah, I watched the Weenie 500 on my own last year, and I actually think I said this last year, and I say it this year. Like, it's so actually like almost will bring a tear to your eye.
Oh, no.
You have people in Penske jerseys and Andretti
Mhm.
jerseys,
Mhm.
you know, era McLaren, and they're all holding hands, singing "Kumbaya," rooting on some wieners around the track.
They're all holding hands singing I wish it was an Oscar my oh shoot.
They are though.
They're all holding hands singing I wish it was an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Yep. Was so the guy that sang it too, like literally was like, "Please stand for the national anthem," and then like he sang it very operatically.
Everybody, put your hand over your bellies.
It was iconic.
Yeah, that's so
I hope
funny.
he's back.
I think he is.
Yeah.
From what I've heard. I think he drives one of the Wienermobiles.
Oh my gosh.
At least I thought. Ooh,
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Speaking of, Jordan Sparks is doing the national anthem again.
Yes, I'm so excited. Is
Yeah.
she from Indiana?
No, so I don't know. Maybe is she like a big fan? Because she did in
Maybe.
2024, and then they said,
Maybe she's back because we're back.
but they said 3 years. I do believe it said 3 years now. So I don't know if
She
did
probably
do it
thought we were going to
3?
be there last year.
Oh yeah, but I don't know if she did it last year 100%. I don't want to give false information, but they do believe this will be her third year doing it.
Well, Jordan, keep up the good work.
Yeah, no, love that.
Love that.
Oh, I had something else to say. Oh, they're also doing the pace lap is going to be paced by that big military helicopter again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
It's pretty cool.
I'll admit that one.
That's the only like that. You know, I have a confession. I kind of dislike a lot the song "Freebird."
Yeah.
Only because of personal experience. Nothing against the song. I actually think the song's really great. I just had a bad experience with the song.
If you've ever been in a bar with a live band, you know.
With a live band and a bunch of drunk college boys being like, play Freebird in your ear over your shoulder after every song, you'll understand what I'm saying. But I do hear Freebird when I see like the big military helicopter like driving around, racing around the track.
Yeah, for sure.
It's special.
Oh, I know what I was going to say too. You said the Weenie 500 could bring a tear to your eye, and like the Weenie 500 very well could bring a tear to my eye. I have been crying over sports like literally nonstop.
Yeah.
I'm crying over people reacting to their teams winning.
Yeah.
Like, I can't
watch that. I feel like I've gotten so much more empathetic.
No, and I've always been a very empathetic person.
Yeah. But like I feel like I've gotten so much more empathetic as I've become like a sports and a motorsport fan, like where I'm like, again, it doesn't help that everything's so poetic and perfect.
Yeah, it's also like the collective I can never say this word. Collective epinephrines, which is like everybody in one spot, like doing one thing. Like when I was growing up, literally the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade would always make me cry. Like at the beginning when they were like, let's have a parade, and they would cut the ribbon or whatever, and then my parents would be like, why are you crying?
You'd be like, I'd be like, nurse, she's out again.
I literally don't know. It's so sweet, and I just think I'll be in tears all weekend long, probably.
Yeah, and I'll record it for you all. Don't worry,
please.
Yeah. So, any other thing to discuss before?
Should we do a rundown of the quick weekend schedule? 500
yeah,
weekend
let's
schedule?
do it.
Quick weekend schedule for the Indy 500 whole weekend. Friday, carb day.
Woo!
There will be a morning practice session bearing weather and all of that. Weenie 500, I think it's at 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. maybe. Then there's, a bunch of carb day festivities.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of like driver like autograph sessions at different booths in the fan zone. Yeah. So much going
contest.
On. The concerts. Yes. Counting Crows will be performing with, isn't it Switchfoot?
I don't know.
Who's performing with the Counting Crows? I don't know if it's Switchfoot or not. That sounds right. I don't know.
Okay. I'll let you have it.
And that's all on Friday.
Yeah. And then Saturday.
Legends Day. So there'll be autograph sessions at the track as well. And then also the parade. Woohoo. Which I will say, if you're wanting to do something with the Indy 500 weekend, but you just need something more cost effective, do the parade.
It's
It is
so fun.
free unless you want reserved seating. That I think it was only like $15
It was
maybe
not that expensive
to get a reserved spot, which was really nice. Like we got like a reserved front row chair to watch the parade from, which I think was worth the price. But again, you can also just stand or sit anywhere, first come first serve in a lot of places. So the parade is fun.
It is long.
It's long, so bring a chair or like a blanket to sit on or something.
Bring snacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's downtown, so you could like go get food afterwards, or go around the city. Another fun thing to do if you're downtown for the parade is you also can do a mini scavenger hunt because during the month of May, they change a lot of the street names downtown Indy to like the last names of the driver. So it'd be like Kirkwood Avenue or something, or like New Garden Street or something like that.
A map out on the in-car socials. I've screenshotted it.
Yes, and that is so fun. We went around and like took a bunch of pictures with them when we went 2 years ago. So that's again a very fun activity, very kid friendly. If you want to take some kids, that is a great place or a great thing to do on Saturday.
Yeah. Sunday's race day, baby.
Sunday's race day, and if you're planning on going, let me tell you this. Get there early.
Yeah, for sure. Gates open at 6.
Yeah, gates open at 6. Exterior parking lots open at 5. Interior, like infield parking lots open at 6. Basically when the gates open.
Yes.
And people do line up for parking. So if you don't want to get stuck in traffic, like a combination of just what I've been seeing on social media as well as what IndyCar is communicating out to people, like traffic starts getting pretty heavy around 6 and 7 a.m. So if you don't want to like miss a chance to like get in there and be able to walk around the fan zone and explore before the race starts, definitely get there early.
No. Bring your patience.
Oh, yes.
Don't be too scared about it. If you want to get there right when the race starts, obviously given some time to get you there, but if you're like, don't panic.
Yeah,
you'll get there when you get there. We did Uber in 2 years ago because, all right, listen, we knew it was going to be busy and traffic and everything. We weren't expecting all of this.
Well, and also it was different because the Uber there was fine. The Uber home was a problem, but that was only because of the rain delaying everything and causing there to be a bunch of traffic issues on the way out.
I will say also, I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff in the Uber app is going to route the drivers in weird directions.
There's actually a very specific Uber pickup and drop off spot that maybe was there 2 years ago and we didn't know about it, but you keep talking and I'll find it.
I was going to say 2 years ago I did just eventually start routing my driver there. And like we it was not like front gates obviously, so we took him to a spot where we walked in. But I was like, okay, buddy, I'm gonna need you to trust me and not listen to your GPS anymore.
Yes, the ride share location drop off in the corner of 10th and Pulco Streets.
Okay, there you go.
Guests will be picked up at this location after the race as well, so you just got to go there. There's also shuttles. Although I think that's already sold out.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your shuttle tickets, you're out of luck.
There are also so many people in Speedway will sell you a parking spot. They only take cash or like the service is going to be spotty. So if you're thinking that, just pull out some cash, be safe. Get like $50 out.
And no, I mean, probably maybe more. Because like once their lot starts filling up, they're going to be
either going to raise
up
the
prices.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, it's probably worth it.
Yep.
It's going to feel like, why would I spend $70 to park, half a mile away? It's worth it if you don't have secure parking. So, but definitely bring cash for that.
Absolutely. The rest of the track inside, I believe, is cashless.
Yes.
So I think that might be like the only instance where you'll need cash.
Bring sunscreen.
You can bring your own food and drinks into the track.
Yes.
Including alcohol beverages, if that's what you like to have, cannot be in glass.
Yep.
Guys, you can make this as cost effective as you want. Our friends 2 years ago, they brought Jersey Mike sandwiches, and I was like, that was so smart.
So smart.
And they put them in their backpack cooler. They stayed cold.
Genius. Yep. And then also, just in case, bring rain ponchos.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get rained on. And if there's lightning at all, they will evacuate you from the stands. We stood underneath the stands, so like really close to the metal. So how safe were we actually? But
Also
it was
for, like,
better than being out in the
4
rain.
hours.
Yeah, no, it was a long time. Luckily, we were with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
We had a speaker. It was
That
fine.
I do remember I was like, a speaker. Then I was like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, and then the speaker died, and we're like, oh.
No. And then also was like literally nobody had service. So we were like, what downloaded songs do we have?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
we were playing Heads Up at one point.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's also fun. I think like the biggest thing is bring your patience. After a while, people are gonna be drunk. They're gonna be potentially sunburnt. Maybe rain if the rain comes in. Practice your patience. Just be kind to one another. I will never remember I got yelled at the 500 by an old man, and I was like so upset for a half a second, and then I was like, whatever. I just like have to get over it. So bring your patience, everybody, and be kind.
Yep.
And be kind to the workers there.
Oh my gosh.
The yellow shirts.
Listen to the yellow shirts. When
Please.
when the yellow shirts tell you to do something, just do it.
Please,
because it's for a reason. They're not doing it for no reason.
And everybody keep your fingers crossed that the traffic leaving is that was like our nightmare.
Yeah, we're gonna be waiting it out for a while.
My biggest fun fact, or like whatever, in 2024, Kyle Larson made it to Charlotte for the Coke 600 before we got back to our Airbnb. That was 4 miles from the track.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Literally, that's insane.
Yeah.
He got on a helicopter to an airport to Charlotte, North Carolina before he made it 4 miles in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's just a lot of people. It's a sold out event. It's the most attended single day sporting event.
350,000 people there, which is estimated 1 in every 1,000 people in the United States of America will be at the track, and that's counting like fan attendance.
Yeah,
you got to think like media workers, all like crazy guys.
I'm getting chills.
No, me too. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. But yeah, like Gracie said at the beginning of the episode, we're going to be posting all weekend about all the stuff we get up to, all of the exciting events we get to go to. So make sure you follow us on there. We'll be doing a full race recap afterwards, probably coming out obviously late because we won't be getting back until Monday night. So probably film on Tuesday, so post on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is my guess. And then we turn around and go to Detroit.
Guys, we're busy girls.
We are booked and busy.
Yeah.
So you're going to be hearing a lot about IndyCar from us.
For sure.
In the next couple of weeks. And we probably won't touch too much on F1 unless something crazy happens.
Yeah,
maybe we'll do like a TikTok, a quick social media like recap. But for the most part, our focus is definitely going to be on IndyCar the next couple of weeks. So
very, very exciting.
Prepare yourself.
At least it's not Monaco. At least, like, no offense. It's just like the Canadian Grand Prix. Also, do you see the Canadian Grand Prix is a sprint weekend now?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Don't know. That was weird.
Like, I knew they made Silverstone and Singapore sprint weekends, but then Brenna made that video, was like, when did Canada become a sprint weekend? Who knows?
Who knows?
Craziness. Okay.
Sorry, I had a yawn.
That's okay. Should we end it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching our episode. We will be back next week with our Indy 500 recap and maybe touching on the Coke 600 and Formula One in Canada. But for now, we'll see you at IMS. Bye.
Bye.